Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning in into Spice Productions on YouTube. And this review is actually about the movie called Imaginary. And I just came from watching it. And the movie is about like an hour 45 minutes or an hour 44 minutes. And it's actually pretty good. It's about this lady. She actually is a author. She actually makes little kids books about spider, I believe. And she actually had like a little imaginary little bear when she was a little kid. And when she grew up, she actually left her family house to actually move into like another house. And she married a younger guy. They was living into like I think it was an apartment complex. And she always had like these little nightmare type of things, like every night about the same spider or whatever. So they left their apartment and they moved back into her childhood house that she grew up in. And her father actually went to a nursing home, and her mother actually passed away from some kind of sickness. And it doesn't really go into the full detail on her mother, but it just tells that her mother, her father actually is in a nursing home type of thing. And so anyways, it shows like the different types of stuff around the house. Her new husband or new boyfriend, he has two girls. A younger girl, she's about maybe 5 years old, 6 years old, somewhere in there. And he has a older daughter. I think she's around 14 or 17 years old. So she actually has like some kind of memory about the house, but not totally a lot about the house. So anyways, she's trying to figure out how to actually write another child book that she's trying to publish, but she's trying to think of something, but she couldn't really think of anything. So the little girl, she tries to help her out, try to think of something. So they play like a little game, like a hide and seek type of game. So the mother, she actually goes downstairs trying to hide, and she gets like a phone call. So the girl, she finished counting 1 through 10, and she goes around the house, and she goes into the basement area, and she finds like a little small little not an apartment, but like a little small hole in the wall. And she keep hearing like these voices, and she opens that little door, and it has like a little stuffed bear in there. And the little bear told her, but you can't really hear it in the movie, but it actually tells her that his name is Chauncey or something like that. So she takes the bear out of the little cupboard thing that's in the basement. And so they actually go out and start playing these little games and stuff like that. And then the lady actually comes back in from the phone call, and she goes back upstairs, and she hears the little girl start talking to herself. So she says to her stepmother, oh, she actually found somebody else to actually play with. So the stepmother, she actually like brushed it off, whatever. And throughout the movie, she keeps talking to the stuffed animal, and she creates like this list of things that she needs to actually do So the stuffed animal actually told her to actually create this list to actually do, like get something that is fun, get like a paintbrush or whatever, and stuff like that. So throughout the movie, I believe they start to actually encounter like weird stuff around the house, like the next door neighbor. Um, he was like mowing the lawn, whatever. So the older girl, she takes like a selfie, whatever, because I guess she misses her hockey friends, whatever. So she takes a picture. Then it shows like an image of a lady in the background. So they show the front lawn, whatever. It doesn't have anybody in the front lawn itself. You see like in the picture on her cell phone is like a grayed out image of a lady looking up at in her window. So so she runs downstairs, go in the front lawn trying to see who it was. So the boy says, "Oh, that's Mrs. So and so from next door." And she tried to actually buy the house. And so anyways, so he tries to actually get her to like a some kind of club for teenagers or something like that, but they he told her that they don't really check IDs, but the stepmother actually heard what was going on, and she told him that she's only 14 or 15 years old. So she storms off and she goes after her into the house. And so she told her, "I'm trying to do the best I can, trying to be there for you guys," and stuff like that. So anyways, the later on in the movie, the father actually goes to like a music tour or something like that, because it doesn't really go into full detail where he's actually going. So I think he actually went on to like a world tour with this music group or something like that. So around the house, you start hearing her talking to Chauncey, the little stuffed animal, through the little the AC vents and stuff like that. It will start to actually get kind of crazy, because the animals start to actually tell her crazy things to actually do, to take her to like a next like afterlife or something like that. And then there was another lady that used to babysit the stepmother when she was little. So she came over and said, "Hey, yeah, this is what was going on when he was younger," but she didn't really remember when she was younger, because she was only like 5 years old. A couple of scenes later in the movie, there was a child specialist lady that actually came to actually talk to, I think the little girl in the movie is named Alice, I think. So the child specialist came to talk to the little girl to see what was going on and stuff like that. So the specialist had like a little camera recorder to actually record everything, like the interaction with her and the little girl. So she was asking her like different types of questions, and the little girl says, "Can I bring Chauncey in the room with us?" And then the specialist said, "Yeah, of course, yeah, you can actually do that." So the little girl leaves and picks up the stuffed doll, whatever, and brings it back and put it onto the couch. So she started to actually ask questions, and the little girl started answering back and forth, back and forth. Then the specialist told her, "You need to actually stand up to your stuffed animal that you actually have." So the little girl actually turns around, faces the doll, and starts to actually say, "I don't want to play with you anymore." Then the doll starts to actually talk like the little girl named Alice, and so he has like the same type of voice like her. So the scene was going back and forth, So then the specialist thought it was the little girl who was talking. So then when the little girl turned back around, her mouth wasn't moving, but the specialist could actually hear the voice. So then the little girl ran out the room. So then the specialist said, does she know how to do, I forgot what it's called, where she can actually throw her voice to make it look like her mouth isn't moving. And then the stepmother and the older sister said, no, she never done that before. So the specialist actually grabs the camcorder and says, I need you to look at something. And so she started to actually show her what was going on in the room. And then the stepmother actually said, did she grab the stuffed bear that she actually had? Then the specialist said, she didn't grab anything. She didn't bring anything in the room. Then the stepmother said, I seen her grab the stuffed bear from the chair. So she looks back on her camera phone, on her camera reel on her Samsung phone, and it actually showed that she wasn't really walking around the house with no stuffed bear at all. She was just talking to like an imaginary friend throughout the house. So then the specialist showed the exact same thing. So the camera was showing the exact same thing, that there was no stuffed bear on the chair or anything like that. So the specialist leaves and say, hey, I need you to speak to this one lady, whenever you get a chance. And then, right before the specialist came, the next door neighbor actually called. The next door neighbor kid actually came over and hang out. I think he stayed for like a little bit with the teenage daughter. Actually was there because the stepmother actually went to actually visit her father in the nursing home. And then so the kid next door tried to actually take her father's drink from the cellar or something like that. So he drops the glass on the floor, and she told him to actually go grab a mop and some towels from the bathroom. So he goes upstairs, grabs some towels. So he starts to hear like the little kitty night light start to actually go off, start to actually play some music. So he unplugs it, and then he hears the little girl say, do not touch my stuff. I did not tell you to touch my stuff. And then he says, oh yeah, kind of cute. So, and then he goes to the bathroom, grabs the stuff, and he uses the bathroom. So then he sees like the little pull string like they have on like the old school stuffed animals. When you pull the string, it actually plays music, or it says certain catchphrases. So he looks down, he sees the little pull string, it starts to play music. Then I'm like, underneath the little towel, you see like the little outline of the actual bear. And then he turned back and looked again, then the bear was gone. So he starts to actually hear like the music again. Then he goes into the hallway, he sees like the string. Then he turns around, turns back again, the string is gone. Then he starts to run out the other side of the house. Then the pull string was on the floor. Then the bear was like in the middle of the hallway, covered up with like the little with the towel. So the string started to actually move a little bit. So he steps on it. He says, "Yeah, you're not gonna catch me again." So then the bear started to actually move on his own, to start to slide across the floor. towards him, then all of a sudden it morphs into like a computer animated alien type of thing. Then it scares him. Then the girl says, comes up the steps and says, "Well, yeah, what are you doing?" Then the stepmother actually was up the steps also, says, "Yeah, what are you doing in the house with the boy that you ain't supposed to have in the house when I'm not here and your father's not here?" So the lady actually called the next door neighbor's mother. Actually told the next door neighbor, said, "Well, your son is trying to give my daughter some pills or whatever." So then the next door neighbor's mother actually looked at the pills and said, "These aren't no ordinary pills. These are my allergy pills." And so they left. And then like a couple of scenes later, they started to actually notice that something is not right with the bear. So then the stepmother actually goes to the basement and starts to actually add things up. And then the little girl, she actually turned up missing. So I guess the little bear took her somewhere. And then they tried to look all the way around the house, trying to find her and everything. When they actually noticed where she was, then the oldest daughter, she spoke to the babysitter from years ago, what was going on when her stepmother was younger. So then they actually started to put the clues together to see what was going on. And they went down to the basement and they found the little outline of the door that leads to like this some kind of portal. So then they put the clues together of like the little checklist that the little girl actually had versus what she had when she was little. So it actually creates like some kind of portal opener or something like that. Then they go to the portal place, whatever, and they went through and stuff like that. Then Chauncey actually takes the older babysitter, takes her in one of the doors, locks her in one of the rooms, and knocks her out. And then now it's just the stepmother and the older daughter trying to go around trying to find the little girl, because it's like so many doors they try to get through. And then when finally they actually found her, it was like in another room, and she was in the room with like a lot of presents and stuff like that. Then Chauncey actually made himself into the girl's actual mother, but it wasn't really their mother, it was Chauncey. And then so the stepmother actually said that that's not your mother, that's Chauncey. So the little girl didn't want to believe it at first. So then the stepmother started to put like all of the stuff is blue onto the wall, so it makes like a secondary door to take them back to their actual house. And then so that works, but Chauncey tried to actually bring them back. So the two girls got out, but the stepmother actually got stuck in there. Then she cuts the bear with the scissors, and she gets out. And then it showed that it made it look like they actually got out the house. I believe they made it look like they went to the nursing home where the stepmother father was. She was reading like a bedtime story to her father was in the nursing home. But then all of a sudden the father of the stepmother the actual father in the movie, and the older girl and the little girl just started to turn into Chauncey. So then all of a sudden, she says, "I'm not really at the nursing home, am I?" And then they said no. So then all of a sudden, the room started to turn black. Then the actual teenage girl, she comes up behind her own self with like a baseball bat or something that knocks her out. Then they start running around the place trying to find the way out. So then some kind of way they actually found their way out. And they found the original door that they actually came in. They found it, then they actually went out. And then so they got out, but the stepmother, she was like halfway in and halfway out. Then Chauncey tried to pull her back into the other side. Then in Chauncey's eyes, you can see like the different images in her eyes, but they're trying to tell her not to look into his eyes. But Chauncey knocks over some kind of paint thinner or something like that. So the little girl picks up the matches and says, "I'm not gonna be friends with you anymore." She lights it and set the whole house on fire. So the whole house catches on fire. So they didn't really have like anything else because of the whole house actually set on fire. Kind of sort of like what they actually showed in I think the first movie trailer. And then after that, they tried to actually go to one of the local resorts or something like that. Then the little girl actually noticed something. Then the little girl actually noticed something. I think it was like another bear or something like that. And then the stepmother and the oldest daughter started walking up behind her. Then the little girl says, "Do you see that too?" And then they say, "Yeah." Then there was like a little boy. He comes across the screen and he picks up it's like a different doll, but it looks similar to the other stuff there. So they decide we're not going to stay at this resort, so they leave. And then the little boy said to I think it was his mother or his aunt or something like that, he says, "My stuffed animal is very, very hungry. He's always hungry." So he said the exact same line as the little girl said to the aunt. I mean, not the aunt, but the stepmother at the very, not the very beginning of the movie, but like kind of sort of like towards the beginning. So then that's when it actually ended. So it shows them in the background when they were trying to leave. So that then the screen goes black and starts to roll the credits. So it actually ended right there. And then from a scale to 1 to 5, I give it maybe a 3.5. It has like a few jump scares here and there, but it's not really like has like a lot of violence and stuff like that because it's a PG-13 movie. If it has like a rated R movie, then it actually has like more violence and stuff like that in it. So yeah, if you want to actually go see it, I actually recommend you wait until it comes out on the streaming platforms and stuff like that. That's probably gonna be in a couple of months from now because it just came out March the 8th. That was yesterday. So yeah, I actually recommend you wait until it comes out on any other streaming platforms that you actually have. So yeah, I don't really recommend you wasting your money to actually go see it when it first comes out. Not just wait until like later on, or just wait until it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray or any of the streaming platforms. So anyways, yeah, this is my short review on the movie Imaginary, and thank you for tuning in, and click the like button and subscribe button and leave your comment below, and thanks for tuning in.